So we heard the president of the council say it's still not functionality, and then Ambassador Hilale say everything is fine. There's a package. Everyone is happy, and he wants you out of the AU. What's your response?
Ambassador of Morocco is not known by being objective and respectful to the truth. In any case, what I am trying to underline is that Morocco in April or in March, they have decided that the expelling MINURSO is a sovereign decision and which is irreversible. I think that Morocco was, persuaded by the Secretary Council to reverse and to allow MINURSO people returning to Western Sahara. Now we have a 25, and the engagement we have from the Secretariat is that the remaining number will return in the coming weeks. Then, but that for Polisario is not the main issue. The main issue is what is the fate of the political process. You heard the President of the Secretary Council that the Council is really fully interested in that political process and the resumption of talks on the negotiations. I had been in touch with the Secretariat, with Mr. Ross, and I asked him when he's going to resume its mission and when the negotiations are going to resume. My conclusion is that Mr. Ross has still a lot of difficulties to reaching out to the Moroccan authorities, and still there is no cooperation from Morocco to help Mr. Ross to resume the negotiation between the two parties.
The ambassador of Morocco seemed to say, he said, ask the Secretariat. He said, whatever this package is, there's two sides to it. It's not just Morocco letting people in. The Secretariat may have committed to some new mandate, new things. It wasn't clear to me. What's your when he kept using the word package, not just a one-way street, he said that, and I asked him, who did he negotiate with within the Secretariat, and he refused to answer. What do you think of this package?
The Moroccan ambassador has difficulties to have another point of view different from what they said in March, in April. They have said that MINURSO will never return to Western Sahara. I understand the contradiction and the difficulties now, but in any case, what is clear is that MINURSO is returning, and we expect that all members who are expelled will return in the coming weeks. That is the point. On the other issue is the question of the negotiation. MINURSO, without being followed or supported by a political process, would mean preserving the status quo, and that would be very dangerous for the peace process and for the future of our region.
The French ambassador on his way in was very congratulatory toward Morocco. He said joining the AU. And at the stakeout, the ambassador said he has a letter from 28, or I think he said 28 heads of state, encouraging them to come back, and that he wants your side suspended.
That is a fake propaganda. Morocco did not request the membership, and if you want to do it, you should do it without preconditions. Mm-hmm. The rules are very clear. You should respect the principle of the Charter of African Union, meaning the respect of the borders inherited from the independence, which is Morocco is violated in Western Sahara. And two, to have the positive response of the majority of the member of the African Union. It's a very long process. Morocco did not initiate it yet, but in any case, he will be welcome if there is no precondition in their request. The precondition that the Western Sahara Republic should be expelled, that is a dream, and that's always is a dream that the Moroccan, I hope, that will wake up before it's too late. Then they did not present its request, its application, and there was no 28 countries supporting Morocco. That is a fake propaganda. That is a fake propaganda.
He said he'll give me the letter, so if I get it, you'll find it online.
Yeah, there is no letter. Okay. It's a fake propaganda.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay, you heard it here. Ambassador Boukhari of the Polisario speaking after the stakeout by Morocco, where they can speak at the stakeout. Polisario is often banned from speaking at it, but as the free UN consultant for access, if nothing else, we try to ensure that parties to conflicts, even if trying to be censored by DPI, run by Christina Gayach, last time, even when they spoke, the archived video didn't go up for a long period of time, and these doors are often closed. Really something. Just take a look at the UN's own video of the stakeout that took place earlier and ask yourself why things that happen in the UN are taking place. Okay, so we're going to leave it there and be writing our story. Sure, I'll keep this brief, but today there was a meeting at ECOSOC, in the ECOSOC chamber. One of the meetings involved Haiti, the other one involved South Sudan. Malu escorted me there, but then said they had to leave, and then security told me to leave. So I'm wondering, what is the procedure for Greenpeace, the vast majority of journalists that you have, to be able to cover meetings and stake out meetings such as ones on Haiti and South Sudan?
You have the ability to stake out these once you have escorts. We try to provide escorts as much as possible.
Why were there only 2 people in Malu today?
We accommodate you to the best of our abilities and to the extent that our staffing allows. Like I said, I spoke with the Media Accreditation and Liaison Unit this morning, and again, they're trying their very best to accommodate. We can't have so many staff devoted
Why don't you just leave a journalist standing in front?
Okay. Please.
Please, go ahead. I'd like to hear your
Simply
explanation.
to the convenience of one individual, but they, to the extent that their staffing allows it, they do it.
Given that other journalists here can stand freely in front of it, what's the difference between these 2 classes of journalists?
Matthew, you're making pleading
meeting
for
on
your special
Haiti
case.
and South Sudan.
You're making pleading for your special
No,
case.
I'm not. I'm saying you have 2,000 Greenpeace. Why can't they cover the meeting?
Yes, you are. And if there were 2,000 Greenpeace who were making an issue of it, that would be one thing. There's one individual journalist, yourself, making an issue of it. I've told you what the response is from my media accreditation colleagues, and they are trying to help
What's
you.
the response from security?
And
what is the security problem? Because I talked to an ambassador there who said Ban Ki-moon is inaccessible and unaccountable.
Matthew, quit trying to drown me out. It's unprofessional. Okay. It is blatantly unprofessional.
Okay. We go on.
Security abides by their own rules. They do not make exceptions simply for an individual. They do that to keep the building secure. Within those parameters, we're trying to accommodate your
What's the
requests.
security problem of a journalist standing in front of ECOSOC?
That's all I've got to say to you. Beyond this, you're just arguing. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah. Yes, you.
When CPJ was denied NGO consultative status, the SG had a statement. Now that ECOSOC has voted in their favor, is there any reaction from them?
Yeah. Well, as you're aware, the Secretary General had emphasized the importance of making sure that human rights, non-governmental organizations, including those that defend the rights of journalists, can be represented fairly and participate thoroughly in the activities of the United Nations. So this is a welcome evaluation and a welcome step taken by the member states. Yes.